Hello. I hope y'all having a good morning. Got them pie, got your money right. Now you got to get your mind right. So, boom. So it works. So I have a question. What does winning mean to you? Just tell me. Shoot out some answers. What does it mean? Happiness.
Emotionally stable. Balance.
Girl, yes. Same thing. Somebody said balance. I heard peace. What was the rest?
Yeah, being in your purpose and making sure that everybody around you is as well.
Your whole team winning?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Inner confidence.
Inner confidence. That's what matters the most. Yes. So I'm so excited to be here because when she told me, reached out to me, and then she told me the theme, I was like, born winners. Yes, because I'm a born winner. So with that being said, to me, I believe there's a queen. We are all queens. There's a queen inside of each and every one of you. Even the women that don't even recognize that they're a queen, yes, it's a queen inside of them. But a lot of times we don't talk to them. We don't get to go through the process, as she said, the journey, I should say, of releasing the queen that's within. And every person, no matter what your situation is, no matter what you've gone through, no matter what your past looked like, you have a queen within you. And the reason why that's my whole thing, the queen thing, is because I went through a journey of realizing who I was. Been through a whole bunch of stuff. I'm an overcomer. I'm a born winner standing in front of you, and you would not only believe some of the things that I went through. But it doesn't matter what situation you're in, you win. Say, I win.
I win.
So when you decide to release the queen within, and when you decide to pick up your crown, and you decide to wear it, that's when you have taken over your throne. So when I say take over your throne, I'm not talking about, over somebody else's stuff or you high and mighty and you this and that. I'm talking about your throne. This is your throne. So throne, I broke it down. So it's thinking higher, ruling over negative emotions. Because life happens, right?
Always.
And some, you can have stuff happen and you just be like, this is some, like what's going on here? And your emotions can get all out of whack. Like she said, when your emotions are jacked up, your money's funny. You can't think straight. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what to do next. You're following everybody. You're looking on social media, comparing yourself. Like, oh, she got this. And as you said earlier, you're comparing yourself because your life is not right. You angry at everybody else that's winning, not realizing that you can win too.
Right.
Not realizing that if you took over your throne, took over your mind, took over your emotions, stop letting your emotions rule over you,
Yes.
and be the queen that God created you to be, that you win. And it doesn't matter what your situation looks like. It doesn't matter where you came from. Different things can happen. Bad things happen, but we're human and we have emotions. And it's okay to feel emotions. God felt emotions. He wept. He cried. Jesus wept. So it's okay to feel emotions, but it's not okay to allow those emotions to cause you to make bad decisions, such as with your finances, or make bad decisions such as, hanging around the wrong people or doing the wrong things. So I want to give you today 3 ways on how to take over your throne. So the first way is to forgive so you can live. Now, we've all had people do some dirty, shady, messed up, foul junk to us. We've all been there, whether it was an ex-boyfriend, whether it was your homegirl that you thought was going to be your ride or die for life, whether it was, people, your parents, your father, your mother, your sisters, your family. We've all had people do us dirty. That's just life. It happens. People, they do things for different reasons. And that can cause you to feel a lot of negative emotions. It can cause you, and you may be rightfully right to feel some type of way about that person. But the problem is, if you don't forgive, they're out living and you're out stuck. You're bound in your mind. You're in a prison in your mind because you decide, I don't want to forgive this person. I don't want to forgive the situation. So now you can't take over your throne. You can't reign. You can't wear your crown because it's all jacked up. You're in prison. Your mind is bound. So it's time to let go of those things so that you can forgive. So you have to forgive so you can live. You have to forgive whatever the situation is so that you can continue to be free. And you can continue to reign over your throne. Because if you don't, then you are allowing that person control and power over you. You lost. There's no taking over your throne. So you have to forgive them. I've had a lot of situations, even growing up. From the outside looking in, you would think that everything was great. My mother and father, we were family, we were the it family, but behind closed doors, it was a hot mess. A hot mess. So putting on the facade that everything is great, sometimes what we do is we try to act like everything's cool. I forgave them, but when you see them, you just like, look at her over there. Look at her Or when you see your ex-boyfriend, you like, I hope his new girlfriend cheat on him like he cheated on me. You're having all this negative energy and negative stuff inside of you, and you're allowing it to rule your life. You know, how many, let's be honest, you know, you broke up with someone and you find yourself stalking their social media just to see what they doing, how they like going, how's, you know, not where you, church man girl, okay, got you back there. Guys, you know, you're stalking them, you're trying to figure out what their life is about. But in that sense, you're wasting your own time. You wasting your time following someone else when you could be living out, making your own memories, doing your own thing, walking your purpose, doing what God placed you here to do. So make sure that you forgive those people. It's important to forgive. And not just say, okay, I forgive them, I'm sorry. No, forgive them. Have no ill feelings. Have no negative feelings. Because we all know, if you go to church, God can't even hear your prayers if you walk in unforgiveness. So you praying, wondering why life is not changing for you. It's not changing because you're blocked. You're blocking your own life. So make sure you forgive someone. The next thing is to go through it so you can grow through it. Okay, so you go through stuff. So the person did you shady, right? Ex-boyfriend, whatever. Person did you wrong. But are you going to ignore the situation? Are you going to act like it didn't happen? Are you just going to drown yourself with different situations? As you were talking, you were saying you drowned yourself in work. You know, some people drown themselves with different activities, or drown yourself in alcohol, drown yourself in this. Those things is only numbing the pain, but you have to face the pain. You have to look at the pain you have to look at pain in the face and say, okay, I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to deal with this. How am I going to do it? I'm going to get through this. I'm not going to let this pain, this one situation stop me from moving forward. So you have to look for the lesson in no matter what happens. Even if it's a horrible situation, look for the lesson in it. There's a lesson. I believe that everything we go through, good or bad, there's a lesson in it. And you have to be attentive and see what is God trying to teach you in this moment. Okay, so you have an emotional situation, you're having a bad feeling, you something's going on. You have to, like you said, you had to take that time for you to look and see, okay, wait a minute, this is not how it's supposed to go. I'm on the wrong path. And you have to be honest with yourself. A lot of times we like to cover, as you said, dressing it up, but we like to cover up pain wearing our MAC, Maybelline, CoverGirl, whatever else. And you cute, but you, like you said, you're broken inside. You cute, but you got all these issues. You cute, but you can't build relationships with people because you all jacked up. You have to fix that. So part of that is forgiving, but the other thing is going through it and knowing that no matter what the situation is, you have to grow through it. You have to know that I can take this as a learning opportunity and grow through it. Okay, I had a breakup. Okay, what am I not going to do for the next relationship? Okay, you know, my money's funny. What am I going to do next time to make sure that I keep my money right and I keep my mind right? Okay, you know, situation with friends. You know, what was my issue? Because we like to blame other people when stuff go down. Like, it was all her or it was all him. But no, we had a part in it. So you're right. You have to be open to yourself and be honest with yourself about the role that you played in a situation and say, okay, wait. Okay, hold on. This is what I'm doing. Because the queen is honest with herself. The queen is okay it is okay to ask for help and tell yourself that you're not okay. It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. So don't stay that way. So, you know, life happens. Things can break you down. You know, if you're a mother, sometimes we say, oh, I'm just doing this for my kids. I'm just doing this for my kids. But even with that, you have to do it for you. You can't drown yourself in your children. You can't drown yourself in works, because what will happen is you'll end up emotionally broken down, and you will have that breakdown, and you will end up in a hospital, and you will end up stressed out. And stress actually does a lot for your, not even just your body, but it does it for your mental health. You know, there are a lot of people who are still stuck in situations that happened years ago. There's a lot of grown women that have a little girl inside of her that hasn't been healed yet. So you have to forgive. You have to go through it so you can grow through it. And you have to make up your mind that, okay, I'm going to dust off my crown. I'm not going to allow this little dirt that's on here to mess it up. You have to dust off your crown so your crown can shine. Right. Can't nobody see it if you got all this dust and dirt and debris and crap from your past and people that you're not forgiving, people that you hate, people that you hating on. Like, it don't work that way. You have to dust off your crown so that you can shine. And the next thing is, and to me it's number one, get connected to the source. If you are not connected to the source, my source is the Lord, whatever your source is, I would say the Lord because he's awesome. But, you know, get connected to the source. You have to know that, yes, there's resources, but there is nothing like hearing God for yourself. Like you said, you're trying for yourself, hearing for yourself. There is nothing like hearing God for yourself and knowing that he loves you despite all of the foolishness that you have done, all of the stuff that you have overcome, all the stuff that came your way, there is nothing like it. There may be people who have laughed at you, doubted you, thinking like, oh, you, even with y'all going on this cruise, I know somebody say, you on a cruise? You don't know nobody? You going on a cruise? What you going on a cruise for? So people will ask you questions. That's why y'all laughing. Y'all know I'm talking the truth. Just asking you like, what is that about? Or, why do you want to start your business? For those that are, in business, or even wanting to start a business, you're going to get those people who are going to doubt you, laugh at you, talk about you, and think that you are nothing. But guess what? There's a table waiting for them. God is setting up a table. If you were to be so bold to walk in your purpose, to wear your crown, to know that you are an overcomer, to know that no matter what comes your way, you can grow through it and you can become better. If you were to just be so bold to step out and say, okay, yeah, I know my past looked like this, and I know I've had this situation, but I'm going to step out and I'm going to do something different. And the moment you decided to come from here to there, your life just changed. Your life just changed. The moment you decided to wear your crown, your life just changed. The moment you decided to get rid of those negative emotions that has been ruling your life forever, that's when your life has changed. That's when you know who you are. When you stand on and sit on your throne and wear your crown, that's when you know that you are royalty. Winning is in the DNA of us. So there's no option to lose.
Say
you
that
can't
again.
lose.
That's right.
Winning is in our DNA.
That's
There is
right.
no option for us to lose. It's all a mind thing. When you start saying, I'm a loser, or you start looking at life like, I'm taking so many L's, like, what's going on? You're looking at someone who's been homeless. You're looking at someone who's had money in the bank to no money in the bank. You're looking at someone whose health was under attack. You're looking at someone who just last year, they told me to plan for my mother's funeral. But yet, what am I doing? Still standing, still moving. Why? Because I'm connected to the source. And I know at the end of the day, God got everything I need, everything I need to move forward. So don't ever feel like what you're going through is too much and you don't know how to process everything, because once you get connected to the source, once you forgive those people, once you go through it so that you can grow through it, that is when you have taken over your throne, and that is how you reign. That is how you rule. That is how you take control over your life, and that is how you move forward and become the queen that God purposed you to be. We all have a different purpose, and it even could be similar, like she said, empowerment coaching is what I do, is what she does. But it's a different purpose, and we all have a different tribe of people to reach. But people are waiting on you. So here you are, another year. What we're in? August. August. Still got time left in this year. What are you waiting for? Why haven't you taken over your throne? Why are you sitting here saying what you're gonna do, that you've been saying for the last 4 years about what you're gonna do? Do it. What are you waiting for? Is it fear? How much longer are you gonna have a relationship with fear? How much longer are you gonna have a relationship with, I care about what people say. Oh, I want to look good on social media, so I'm gonna just pretend and fake that we can't do counterfeit crowns. We don't do that. That's not what queens do. So you have to, you're right. You have to be who God called. If God said, you know what, go sell these waters real quick. Go sell the waters. There is a purpose and a plan for everything that you do. And I really truly believe that everything happens for a reason. Even with me in my darkest moment, I wrote my book homeless. I didn't have a computer. I didn't even know how to even write a book. I mean, I've always been a writer. I kept my journal. I've been journaling since I was probably like 7. But I never, I don't know how to write a book. I'm like, I was like, write a book. I'm like, whatever, God, you're funny. Like whatever, I'm about to write a book. Then, as I'm going through that transition, he gives me the name, Release the Queen in You. And I'm laughing like, ain't nobody talk about no queen, bro. I'm sleeping couch to couch. I had to give my son to his dad so he could have somewhere stable to live. All of this stuff going on. I'm about this close to a nervous breakdown. I'm about to lose my mind because I've always took care of myself. I've always been the mother I go hard. What? Khalil needs that. Oh, let me go see how I can hustle hard, get this job, work 3 jobs, whatever, do what I have to do to make sure that I have for my son. But during that season in my life, like you said, God humbled me. Because maybe I thought that I was good, so I'm doing it by myself. I don't need his assistance. Don't ever play yourself like that. I'm just going to let side note. Don't ever play yourself like that and think that you can do things without God, because he'll show you real quick. Like, hello, I'm here. So he'll show you real quick. But, you have to be okay with what it is that he's purposed you to be. You need, Own it. Queens don't fit in. We're supposed to stand out. Why do you want to be like everybody else? Why do you want to follow every trend? Why do you want to do everything that everyone else is doing? You can't. It's not meant for you to do that. God didn't create us to all be the same. If it was, that'd be kind of boring, don't you think? That'd be so boring. So, you have to be okay with forgiving people. You have to be okay. And this is a process that you rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Every time something happens, you have to go through those 3 steps, and they will help you to stay focused, to help you to be royal. Because you can't be talking, I'm a queen of royalty, and you got all this dust and crap going on. People can see it. As much as you try to hide it, people can see it. So you have to, be open and honest with yourself. It's all about being honest with yourself. It's all about growing, and it's a journey. That when I was homeless, that was 2014, 2015. And I stayed with friends, and one of my friends, I came back, my stuff was outside her house. So I've had unbelievable things happen to me that I could be an angry, bitter, nasty, mean person, but I refuse. I refuse to allow anybody or anything to have that much power over me. Mm-hmm. So as we're all here standing, sitting, enjoying this time together, be okay with being the queen that God calls you to be. Because though you may be feeling pain, and I don't know, everybody had, like we raised our hands earlier, everybody has a situation that we don't like, everybody has something going on, but even with that, you can overcome anything. I am living proof standing in front of you to let you know that you can overcome anything. And when you started off saying I'm a miracle, even with that, I was born 2 months early. So I'm not supposed to be standing here, literally. I was 4 pounds. And my mother's only child, she wasn't supposed to have any kids. So I am literally standing here a miracle today. So I'm letting you know that no matter what the situation is, you are winners, you win. Put on the mind of royalty. The mind of Christ is the mind of royalty. Yes. And just continue to push forward for whatever comes your way, because God has purpose in the plan. There's even purpose in your pain. I don't know, when I was going through it, I was like, God, Lord Jesus, just take me out. Like, just don't put no more stuff on me. But as he continued, and I continue to go through the journey, he did let me know, you are a queen. You are a royalty. You are my daughter. And I had to remind myself that every single day, so that every day that I get up, I remind myself, I have the greater one living inside of me, so I can't lose. There is no losing. You can't lose. So once you get that mindset to know that you can't lose, anything is possible. So I don't care what your bank account look like. I don't care what your educational background look like. I don't have a college degree. I didn't come from the finest of universities, but I had a plan and God pushing the plan, and that's pretty much all you need. So that's all you need. So just stay focused on what it is that he puts you here to do. Don't get sidetracked, like she said, the distractions of social media, trying to compare yourself and compare your life, because you don't know what people are going through behind the scenes. They look beautiful on social media. Everybody could be happy and joyful and whatever, but you never know what anyone's going on behind the scenes. And I know people who are like that, and behind the scenes, I'm like, I know that they just left the psych ward. So you have to be honest with yourself and be okay and be open. Be okay when you're in that moments where you're like, I'm not feeling good. Like you said, just reach out for help. Don't feel embarrassed that you need help, even if it is with your credit. Don't feel embarrassed. We're all learning and growing together. And you don't know what anyone's story is unless you share your story. A lot of times when you start sharing your story, you'll have people say, oh, me too, girl, I did that. Oh, that happened to me too. So you just have to know how to connect your story with yourself and not be ashamed of it. We all have a past. My past is so not pretty. I can keep going. But, I'm still a living person. I'm still here, head held high, crown on, walking in my purpose. And my purpose, I know what it is. I'm not second guessing or anything what that is. So just stay focused on what it is that God has placed you here to be, and reign and be the queen that you are meant to be. Yes. Anybody have any questions? Comments? Questions, comments? No? Y'all good? Y'all, it's processing? Yeah. Okay, because y'all looking like, man, yeah, I need to forget this part. Okay, processing? Good. Thank you.